Hey friends, today I'm thinking about Black women. And over the past few days, I have put together videos since the election of a person who said whatever he wanted to say and was still elected president of the United States of America. You know, it's so funny. In today's reflection, I think about how I tried so hard to protect people from harm. When I was a leader, I literally thought there's so much stuff that I can't say because of the confidentiality, and there's so many terrible things that I have to withhold and just suffer through because that's what leaders do. And in 4.5 years, there were so many things that happened to me. So many tears. And I have an article where I talked about how I cried more as an administrator than I did at any other point in my life. And I'm at a point in my life where I will no longer be silent. And you all thought that I was kind of mouthy before. But when I say no longer be silent, it's the fact that there are so many double standards in this country, in this world. And I was just reflecting. I said, you know what? There are like 20 things that I could tell people. There are so many things I could tell you, and you wouldn't even believe that it's real or that it would happen in a workplace or that it would happen to me in an administrative position, because of course I have the positionality to do certain things. And, you know, I am the tyrant. I am the one that's in control. But let me tell you something. For anyone who thinks that many Black women are pulling the purse strings and are in charge of organizations, that is not true. That is not true. People thought that because I was in an administrative position that I was able to make personnel decisions, fiscal decisions, and certain things. I could recommend and be a steward over the things that were assigned to me, but at the end of the day, it was not my decision. And in the midst of me working for 4.5 years in a position where I pretty much was thrown away at the end and was never fully acknowledged for the work that I did. Let me tell you some of the things I went through. Not because I want to talk about trauma, but because once again, it's a mindset when you think I just have to suck stuff up. Y'all, I did research on women of color, and a right-wing organization did an article about it. And of course, someone read that article and emailed me early in the morning saying, of course, minorities shouldn't be engineers. UNs are just gorillas. Y'all, I got that. You know what? I also had an email that was sent to my colleagues saying that I was poison and that I should be terminated. And boy, I got phone calls too. And in those phone calls, I was told I should be ashamed of myself as an administrator because of what I do and because of how I moved. Y'all, and of course, social media loved me as well. And there were so many people. One found me, sent an email to the president of the university, copied, I think, the chief of police, maybe the dean in the law school, another dean, and a whole bunch of people I didn't know, just to talk about my tweets and to analyze that and to say how awful I was. You know what? I also was pregnant, and during that pregnancy, which was really high stress because I had never been able to carry a baby to term, I went to someone and I was like, you know, maybe I should just resign. And although those same people never responded to me when attacks and certain things were going on, they were more than willing to say, yes, I'm willing to go with you if you would like to resign. Y'all. It is so interesting because of this position. I had so many people come after me, so many people email, so many people that I had to have a police report to document all of the harassment. And not only did that harassment come to me, it came to my husband. And that was kind of ridiculous as well. You know, I also remember asking for resources, the same resources as my colleagues. And you know what? I can't tell you how many emails were not even responded to. Y'all, I remember talking about civility and expectations for civility. And I also remember people crying because of my tone, crying because I hurt people's feelings. But you know what? When my pregnant tail and all my feelings were hurt, silence. Silence, y'all. Silence. And the day before my baby was born, I remember it being noon. And I cried. I cried because I said, this place is going to fall apart because people are trying to sabotage me. And you know what? I also remembered when faculty came, we had search committees, and my lovely people, some of them said, oh, what's it like to work here? We have untested leadership with people that we're trying to recruit, and you're talking about me, and that is what you think. Y'all, and I was reported so many times, y'all. I was reported for looking a certain way. I was reported for my tone. I was reported all the time, every day. You know what? If Tattletale was a place, if Tattletale was an entity, baby, Tattletale loved me. Tattletale loved me. Y'all, that's just a little bit of what I went through. It was hell. And I tell people that all the time. It was hell every day. Hell every day. Hell every day. Y'all, I reported and reported and reported and reported. And baby, I wish people would have responded to me. I wish things would have been done. Y'all, I even remember reporting things to the equity office and they just stopped. Some of them stopped responding to me as well. Silence. Help me. I asked, help me over in this hellhole. Help me as I'm being attacked. Help me as I'm going through trash. But I'm telling you, when other people were pleading for help against me, doggone it, I didn't know that people could respond so quickly. I didn't know that we had the mechanisms to throw me under the bus. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was amazing. So what is my point, y'all? Today I met with a friend. And the reason I talk about God, and the reason so many Black people talk about God, is because the brutality, the ugliness, the nastiness, the way that people operate and get by operating in not just our institutions, but this country, it's so atrocious. And if people truly understood what happens behind closed doors, they would be amazed. Maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. My hope and my prayer is that one day people don't have to go through this hell. One day, people will care about Black women as much as they care about pets. I pray that systems will believe Black women and that they'll find a way to make sure that Black women don't die from health problems because they get tired, or they don't die because they just give up and say, you know what, I don't know how to live this life. I don't know how to move forward when I am never protected, when I am not listened to, when I am not valued, when I'm always presented as a second or third class citizen in an organization that professes that they care. That for some reason the policies that are front and center somehow just don't apply to me unless it's punitive. And forget restoration. It's going to be on Black women to get their therapy and to find the people who listen to them and say, you know what, you were treated like trash and you deserve to mend. You deserve to be treated like a what? Human. Y'all, I thank God that I'm still here. I thank God that I'm in my right mind. I thank God for my ancestors and the prayers of my ancestors. Because based on what I saw, based on what I experienced, shouldn't be here. Do with that what you will. Not because I'm trying to traumatize anyone, but because it's time to speak up. It's time to say what's up. If we're at a place in this country where people are free speech in it, this is free speech. Welcome to my world. We're about to tell what's going on. We're about to tell the real deal. It's been started and it's about to be finished. This is not a threat. It is just the reality of where we are in this world. I wish you well, because it's time to start uncovering some of the things that have been going on way too long.